one must pursue yoga in daily life? Like maybe just like top 3 reasons.
Ahar, Vihar, and Nidra, they are the last 3 factors. They are very much in our hand. It constitutes the part of our so-called lifestyle. Nowadays, a lot had been spoken in the medical field also. Lifestyle diseases,
Correct.
So this is lifestyle. This is Ahar, Vihar, Nidra.
स्पिरिचुअल योगा हो गया, फिटनेस योगा के लिए पावर योगा, जो हमारे ग्रंथों में लिखा गया है हठ योगा में, क्या ये योगा आज के डेट में फॉलो हो रहा है?
Whatever good will remain, whatever bad will go. So don't just worry. Let them do their dance. करते रहेंगे, आज करेंगे, कल फर्स्ट हो जाएगा. योग के अच्छे इंग्रेडिएंट्स हजारों वर्ष से आज टिके हैं. किससे टिके हैं? Because of its strength.
I am Padma Venkatraman, and joining with me is Ashish on this podcast. Namaste and welcome, Savant sir. Just for the audience, Shri.Durgadas Savant sir is a vice chairman of Yoga Vidya Niketan, Vashi and Global, and ex-vice chairman of India Yoga Association, Maharashtra. Yoga Vidya Niketan, as this is called as YVN, was instituted by Padma Shri Sadashivarao Nimbalkar Guruji 50 years ago and is still running successfully as a non-profit organization. It's ably managed by Durgadas Savant sir along with the senior members of YVN. They conduct yoga teachers training course and yoga naturotherapy course. Savant sir is fondly admired for his lectures on the subject of yoga, naturopathy, and his amazing Kriya demonstration skills. We are very excited to have you, sir, on our first podcast interview. We started Nirguna Yogashala to cascade our practical knowledge of yoga to people that we learned from YVN. And with this first podcast interview, we wish to pass on more wisdom of yoga for a wider audience from you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us, and a very, very warm welcome to the podcast interview once again, sir. To start with, my first question to you, sir. For our viewers, can you give us a glimpse into your journey in yoga? How did you start? What was your transformation process? What was your childhood like, sir? And what got you hooked into yoga as a mainstream of your work?
Basically, I wasn't much in sports, etc. During my childhood. I brought up in a village, and obviously, we are having a little agriculture, not much, not huge land. So along with school, most of the time used to get spent on agriculture work. So no much scope for sports as such. During college age, I started developing sinusitis. Slowly it turned very acute, very severe. And of course, people will go to allopathy. There are some drops available, so no much solution as usual. Even surgery was suggested. It was done also, but again, no much improvement. So obviously, a search for alternative was there, and then somebody, happened to suggest. Fortunately, Yoga Niketan's course I came across, and prior to that also with some other small institutes or person, gurus, I got exposed to the Jalaneti, Rabarneti, something like that. And when it came to Yoga Vidya Niketan, obviously it started more systematically.
Which year was this, sir? You mentioned
it was 1987 that I underwent this. It was the 11th YTTC. Now what we are running is 48th YTTC.
Amazing, sir.
Yeah.
So, sir, in your experience, why do you think one must pursue yoga in daily life? Like maybe just like top 3 reasons why you would suggest one should practice yoga in a daily life every day.
Ayurvedacharya have given us a formula of health, what you call tri-formula. Swasthya ki Trisutri. Ahar, Vihar and Nidra. So people use different words, vichar, achar and all that. But in fact, Vihar is such a broad terminology. Vihar doesn't mean mere body movement. And ahar is not just what we eat and drink. Whatever afferent whatever we intake is ahar. From that point of view, what we see, what we call the pancha jnanendriya ahar, what we call. And when Maharshi Patanjali talks of pratyahar, that's the fifth anga, in Ashtanga Yoga. So prati ahar is the five sense organ, withdrawal of the senses, what we call that.
Mhm.
So from that point of view, ahar is a very broad terminology. So the vihar, whatever efferent is vihar, that is coming outside from me. So my movement is no doubt vihar, from grosser to subtler level. At the same time, what I think, generally we call it vichara, isn't it? That vichara is also efferent behavior. So when we say vihara, that vichara is also included. That's why the Ayurveda's
Okay.
Acharya use this three term ahar, vihar, and nidra. And nidra is not mere sleeping, but relaxation from that point of view. It's
Okay.
giving a break and all that. And so, where yoga stands in this? Of course, there are two more factors. Genetic constitution is another factor which affects our health. External environment is another factor. But both these are not much in our hand beyond a certain limit. But ahar, vihar, and nidra, these are the totally five factors. So these are the last three factors. They are very much in our hand. It constitutes the part of our so-called lifestyle. Nowadays, a lot had been spoken in the medical field also. Lifestyle diseases, lifestyle diseases. You know.
Correct.
So this is lifestyle. This is ahar, vihar, nidra. And now where the yoga stands in this? All yogic practices have a central effect. Central effect is not mere stress, no doubt. It's a mental level, spiritual level, subtler level, what you call. Not something materialistic, not something objective, not something easily analyzable with the finest, scientific instrumentation. More subtle, like stress relieving, mental peace, say balance, coordination, integration. These are very subtler aspects, and they are
Okay.
the foundation of the health. And so, homeostasis is the maintenance of the internal environment, immunity, say regeneration, healing. These are only words. We don't know exactly what it is.
Okay.
So all these constitute so-called central effect, and that is common for all yogic practices, right from kriya asana up to meditation. Only thing, the quantum might be more in pranayama and meditation compared to asana and kriya, but everywhere that is constituting that nidra or relaxation
Mhm.
as a whole.
Correct.
Then there are local effects, associated effects. They are more concerned at a physical level. So that is the nidra. Then secondly, vihar, lot of movement, subtler as well as grosser, what we call massaging and all that. They're all effect comes under this vihar, and ahar, of course, very important. Now, especially kriya, asan mainly, they are much of the vihar movement. So nidra is over. Let us go reverse now. Nidra is over. Vihar is over. They are very much directly connected to yogic practices. What about ahar? Not direct. The relationship between ahar and yoga is indirect. In the sense, I know at an intellectual level, this is good and this is bad. The story doesn't end. I have to be healthy. I need to avoid what is bad for my health, and I need
Correct.
to have, intake of what on priority basis what is good for me. But how to do it? We'll build the cat. It's very easy
Correct.
to speak and not to practice. And
True.
so there's a panchakosha concept in yoga. Annamaya kosha is body. Pranamaya kosha is the pranic energy. Manomaya kosha is the mind. Only Annamaya kosha and Manomaya kosha are known to science or accepted by
Correct.
modern science. Pranamaya kosha, they do not discuss, they are not aware of. We call Gata Pran. Gata Pran means prana has gone, means we are dead. So till prana is there, I am alive. My body and mind is functioning. When the prana is gone, it's a dead body. That's how
Mhm.
you say.
Right.
Then fourth one is Vijnanamaya kosha. Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha. They are active in all creatures, animals, even the plants for that matter. Vijnanamaya kosha is very seed form. in the animals, and comparatively it is bit developed in human beings. In a layman, it is bit developed only. And with practice, especially yogic practices, slowly it develops. The fifth one is Anandamaya Koshi. It's a bliss because basically, and then next comes the soul or the Atma, what you call. And Sat Chit
True.
Ananda. That is the basic nature of Atma. It is Sat, it is Ananda. Okay, bliss. So bliss is something unconditional, and happiness is something conditional. The opposite of happiness is unhappiness. If a child gets a toy, it will be happy. It be happy. Moment that toy is broken or stole by someone, it will cry because it is unhappy. But
True.
bliss is not. Unfortunately, we have wrongly translated
Okay.
happiness as ananda. No,
Mm.
happiness is sukha. The
Okay.
Indian language translation, it is sukha, and so opposite is dukha.
Mm.
Sukha and dukha, they are two sides of the same coin. They are conditional. I mean, condition based. But anand is, there is no opposite to ananda, bliss. It's a bliss. And bliss
True.
is the fundamental nature. I don't have to bring bliss in my, it is there, but it is covered because of mind. That is manomaya kosha. So the Vijnanamaya kosha also slowly develops with yoga. Directly they have an impact on Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, well known. But it has slowly effect to develop, strengthen the Vijnanamaya kosha. And Vijnanamaya kosha, that is the, what we call, disease in nature,
Mhm.
implementing in nature. When we say intelligence, there are two types of intelligence. One is in Manomaya kosha, another is the Vijnanamaya kosha. Somebody is very, scholar, very smart in mathematics, somebody says, or
Mm.
he manages so many units in the industry. So what
Mm.
mentally,
Correct.
it's intelligence, but it's not part of Vijnanamaya kosha. That intelligence is part of Manomaya kosha only.
So
And
can we say intuitiveness as Vijnanamaya coach, being more
uh,
intuitive, like more of
no doubt, but that is not the only thing. That's one of the aspects. Yes, disease you to implement. You know,
Okay.
supposing a particular dish is there, and there is a dilemma between within my mind. My mind says, okay, enjoy it. My Vijnanamaya coach says, oh no, it is bad for this reason, and so don't take it. To analyze it is bad is not Vijnanamaya coach. It's an intelligence at mental Manomaya coach only. But no, it is bad. I should not, and I
Mm-hmm.
will take that decision. I will implement it and go. Not eating is just one example. So many aspects are there in our life, what to implement. So yoga has slowly strengthened this Vijnanamaya course, and that way it is indirectly connected to Ahar, not directly. So Ahar, Vihar, Nidra. The yoga addresses all these three, entire that so-called health formula. And from this only later on, the next stage is the, of course, real yoga, what we call salvation, liberation, mukti, whatever we call. So that's the journey
True.
that. So first of all, it's the mind that is important from health point of view, as well as from you know spiritual point of view.
वाह।
beautifully put, sir. Wonderful.
सब मेरा सवाल रहेगा, मैं हिंदी में सवाल पूछूंगा
Yeah.
और मैं थोड़े कंट्रोवर्शियल सवाल पूछूंगा। तो मेरा काम है यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा कंट्रोवर्शियल सवाल पूछना। ठीक है सर, आज के जमाने में हम देखते हैं कि योगा के कई सारे प्रकार प्रचलित हो रहे हैं। मैं बस एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट करूंगा आपके सामने स्क्रीन पर। आप देख सकते हैं कि कई सारे प्रकार है आजकल योगा में। स्पिरिचुअल योगा हो गया, फिटनेस योगा के लिए पावर योगा, बिक्रम योगा, हॉट योगा, फिर फ्लो एंड फास्ट योगा। तो ये सारे जो प्रकार आजकल प्रचारित हो रहे हैं, तो इसमें आपका क्या कहना है? इसमें एक सवाल ये है कि जो हमारे ग्रंथों में लिखा गया है हठ योगा में, क्या ये योगा आज के डेट में फॉलो हो रहा है या हम भटक रहे हैं एक्चुअली योगा से? सो आपका क्या इसमें
Good
है?
question. I will add few more: hot yoga, naked yoga, Scientific dog yoga. Anyway, uh, nowadays, the Ayurveda or yoga, its value, the world is understanding. And then there is more danger. Anything more popular, it's vulnerable for commercial, exploitation. So we find some herb in a particular product, and they say it's a herbal product. So
Okay,
Ayurvedic product.
correct.
People many times say there is a fundamental, not to say it's a fundamental principle of pharmacology. If an ingredient doesn't have any side effect, it doesn't have effect too. So they consider the effect and side effect as two sides of the same coin. But in this context, Ayurveda says, what is the definition of a medicine? Dravya.
Okay.
Provided it has got a positive effect in the situation of a disease without any side effect, then only it's meditation. I mean medicine, as per Ayurveda. So the
Okay.
definition and concept of the drug or medicine in pharmacology, modern pharmacology,
Mm-hmm.
and our ancient Ayurveda is different. There is one part.
Okay.
So yoga is basically meant for spirituality. So in Vedic
Correct.
era, it was restricted to what we today call as Antaranga Yoga. This word is used by Maharishi Patanjali himself.
Right.
He called that Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi as Antaranga Yoga. And later on, more subtler, within Samadhi, there are different strata. Let us not discuss now. But he says, with respect to that, even this is Bahiranga Yoga. Dharana
True.
is also Bahiranga Yoga with more subtler Samadhi. So it was restricted to Antaranga Yoga meditation
Mm-hmm.
Samadhi, in Vedic era.
Okay.
But who can do it? Who were the Vedic seers who did it? He got the wisdom of Veda. What you call. If Veda
Mm-hmm.
is a theory, yoga is a practice. It is the meditation through which they got all that wisdom knowledge. That's why they
Mm-hmm.
say Veda is apaurushaya. It is said.
Correct.
Apaurushaya. It has come out of intuition, and intuition developed out of the sadhana, meditation. That's the reason. But it is because of the what we call karma siddhant is that, in Indian
Mm-hmm.
philosophy, law of karma. So because of their in previous birth itself they were yogi. And that's why in this birth they became the Vedic Rishi. But
Correct.
for me and you, even those days, there are so many other common people apart from few hundreds or thousands of rishis, seers.
Mm-hmm.
What about them? Should not they start? So
Mm-hmm.
many people thought, okay, this can be something to start with. So many types of techniques they would have developed. Somewhere, some might be very effective, so they carried forward. Some might be not that effective, so they would have remained behind. Whatever reasons we don't know. Maharshi Patanjali, for first time, collected all these, edited all those techniques. Of course, it was not just collection. It is not editing like
Mm-hmm.
today's editors of the newspaper or writers. First, do it.
Wow.
Okay.
Have a first-hand experience, and then put it in words. Why Arya Chanakya Kautilya Arthashastra is so important? Because he didn't, as a philosopher, as an intellectual, he just didn't write a book. What he thought, he implemented. He found a Chandragupta Maurya and showed that how a big Magadha emperor can be established.
True.
And then revenue department and the um, defense department, so many, everything he nicely established
Mm-hmm.
with his help. And then we said, now Tata, bye bye, you take care of this you know, the nation, whatever it is. And
Okay.
he started saying in a hut, writing
Mm-hmm.
Kautilya Arthashastra. It's
Okay.
so genius because he first did it.
Wow.
Did it. And
Correct.
Then he wrote it. So similarly, Maharshi Patanjali tried all these different techniques and found how they
Mm-hmm.
are. And I think after defining yoga chitta rutti nirodha as the
Mm-hmm.
well-known definition of yoga, he has narrated minimum 10 different techniques of so-called chitta rutti nirodha.
Mhm.
Ashtanga
Correct.
yoga is just one of them. Kriya
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
is there, chit prasadan is there. Let us
Mm-hmm.
not discuss about all that all. So this is Patanjali Yoga Darshan. Means the yoga which was restricted to meditation, he made it a bit broader. Ashtanga yoga is one of
Correct.
them. Apart from that, many other aspects, some 10 aspects what I have discussed. But yogis were even more practical.
Mm.
They left the home, they started staying in huts in jungle, and they can't
Okay.
go back now. So Maharshi Patanjali talk about asana, sthira sukham asana. The
Correct.
asana will be steady, pleasurable. But me and you, common people, know if we be in one asana, how
Yes,
difficult it is
it
to
is.
be steady physically, mentally for longer time. So same problem would have faced by those Hatha yogis also
Mm-hmm.
at the initial level. And they started thinking, oh, what to do? Their situation or do or die.
Mm-hmm.
मैं हिंदी में बोलूँ कि आपके सवाल का
सर हिंदी में भी चलेगा।
हिंदी में
मैं अगर हिंदी में पूछा
या वो थैंक यू तो करो या मरो का परिस्थिति थी तो वापस तो नहीं जा सकते हैं मैं वो मोक्ष वगैरह कुछ नहीं कर पाया तो वापस आया हूँ ऐसा नहीं बोल सकता है दी क्या बोलते हैं वापस जाने के दो कटे
हम्म
थे
हम्म
तो करो या मरो तो सोचने लगी क्या करना कैसा हाउ टू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम एंड इट इज सेड whenever a question is asked seriously
हम्म
the divine power is ready to help us to give the answer. And
ओके
that's why great scientists or these rishis, whoever, done a lot of work, great work because of this, because they ask seriously. In modern science, we have learned that some 400 years back, Newton found out there is
हम्म
something like gravitation power for the Earth
हम्म
or other celestial, you know, bodies. He saw an apple falling down and all that. We know that story. Question is, prior to Newton, or all our ancestors, let us say,
हम्म
human race, not only in England, over the globe, would not
ओके
have asked this question, would not have came in their mind sometime. Okay, any fruit,
करेक्ट
why apple? Any
या
fruit, why falling down, not going up? They would have
हम्म
thought, they would have asked. But then if it didn't get the answer, they would have thought, okay,
हम्म दैट्स हाउ इट इज
why unnecessarily,
हम्म हम्म
मगजमारी जिसको बोलते हैं,
हम्म
क्यों मगजमारी करने का, क्यों माथा फोड़ने का, अच्छा है फल नीचे आ रहा है इसलिए तो खाने को मिलता है. Enjoy, no, chill.
ट्रू
Means the seriousness was not there in asking the question. But
हम्म
Newton would have asked it seriously. That's why I would have got the answer. Of course, as per Western modern science, the credit goes to Newton. But the
करेक्ट
concept of gravity known to our ancestors thousands of years back.
ट्रू
That's the issue. Similarly, here, when Hatha Yogi started asking the question very seriously, why, if Maharshi Patanjali talk of sthira and sukha, neither sthira nor sukha in my case,
हम्म
क्यों क्यों ऐसा ही नहीं पूछा फालतू में बड़ी गंभीरता से पूछा उसके
हम्म
पीछे लगने लगे उससे पागल हो गए क्वेश्चन.
हम्म
एक स्टोरी है केकुले की. केकुले वॉज अ वेल नोन ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट or
हम्म
he discovered the structural formula of benzene. It's a six
ओके
member ring. Till before Kekule, only open chain chemicals were known, alcohols and alkanes, alkenes in organic chemistry.
हम्म
Close circle uh, structure of a molecule was beyond imagination of anybody.
Mm.
When benzene was isolated, synthesized from the coal tar and all that, he studied its what you call all the properties and the molecular formula. It is C6H6. So see, carbon atom 6 and
Mm.
carbon has got 4 valency and hydrogen has got 1 valency. Now,
Okay.
when you prepare a structural model,
Hmm.
it should fit into that.
Mm.
All
Yes.
the 4 valency of carbon, 1 valency of hydrogen should be fulfilled. Not only that, whatever the properties that are studied,
Hmm.
they should be reasonable through that structural formula.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
But somewhere it is not matching.
Hmm.
What to do? पागल बन गए.
Hmm.
उसी विचार में इतने पागल बने. इट मेडिटेशन. और मेडिटेशन क्या होता है? कोई तो
Hmm.
मेडिटेशन है. मेडिटेशन डजंट मीन आंखें बंद करके करना है. वो तो है. It's a methodology. But even while moving, eating, you can be meditative. The great yogis,
True.
जीवन मुक्त जिसको बोलते हैं, तो वे हमारे जैसे खाना खाते दिखते हैं हमें बाहर से, लेकिन अंदर से वो होते नहीं जो हम है. He is
True.
at a different level, different dimension. तो सेम वे पागल जैसे बन गए और उनको वही सपने आने लगे जैसे कि एक सांप धीरे धीरे अपनी पूंछ अपने मुंह में डाल रहा है, या फिर उधर का जो भी कल्चर है वेस्ट का, हेक्सागोनल टेबल,
Hmm.
wearing the black coat, black
Hmm.
suit, gents are sitting, and उसके बाजू में उनके मैडम व्हाइट गाउन पहन के
Hmm.
ऐसे एल्बो में एल्बो डालते हैं ना, ऐसे डाल के बैठे हैं. अब अरे ऐसे सपने मुझे क्यों गिर रहे, वो सोच रहे हैं. और वन डे इट क्लिक्ड, जैसे आर्किमिडीज को हो गया
Okay.
ना, उसी प्रकार से बाद में ही took out that formula, no? It's a hexagonal ring, closed ring
Correct.
for the first time. And the entire organic chemistry and today the pharmacology and whatnot has developed. If that structure was not discovered,
Discovered. True.
perhaps this development would not have happened. So this is the state of the mind that happens. So similarly, our Hatha yogis, they had nothing else to do. And they started observing the living and non-living. And they tried to attain the same posture, alignment of the body. By looking at the hooded cobra, they
True.
also started raising their upper body. They gave the same name, Bhujangasan, Bhujang is
True.
hooded cobra. By looking at the grasshopper, जिसको नाकतोड़ा बोलते हैं,
Shalabhas.
तो शलभासन, धनुरासन, धनुष is a non-living, of course.
Oh.
Mountain, पर्वतासन,
Yogasanas.
to ruksha, that is the tree,
Hmm.
ruksha, so on and so forth. So many number of asanas they developed and they started practicing and they experienced whatever the nowadays we can use the term like muscle and then the flexibility of the joint, tendon, ligament, all these words we can use. Those words they would not have used.
Right.
What word you are using is not important. What is your inner understanding? Rather than understanding, realization. In yoga, this word is important. Understanding is intellectual, and realization is it's a wisdom, intuition, as Madam said.
True.
Realization. We can't translate what realization. अनुभूति जिसको बोलते हैं,
Oh.
अनुभूति, first hand experience दूसरे शब्दों में. So they developed so many asanas because of that. Similarly, they started developing kriya, Shuddhi kriya, because for pranayam, asana was somehow made steady, but still pranayam was not happening. Then where is the question? Where is the problem? They started thinking. So they are about pranamaya course. The nadis are not clean, or the flow of the prana is not streamlined because of all the mental and physical
Correct.
disturbances, turbulences. So how to do this? First, I need to clean my nadis. Nadis are not the physical structures. They are not part of Annamaya course, Pranamaya course. They are the energy channels, what we call. Just like TV channels we call, energy channels. And so, because of the Kriya, they could clean the nadi, they could make the pranic flow streamlined, and then they achieve success in pranayam. And pranayam is directly connected to mind. So, dharanasu, uh, um, 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 the mind will be prepared for meditation with the pranayam. And so they got success in pranayam. Then they got started success in meditation. That is the intention of yoga.
True.
So all these things were developed. And now, because of this exploitation, as I said, there is popularity to yoga and Ayurveda. Ayurveda has described how the medicine should be, how should be prepared. And there are different classifications. What can be चाटना जिसको बोलते हैं, इसलिए चटनी ये शब्द आया हमारे भाषा में.
ट्रू.
चटनी, चटनी इज वन जो टाइप ऑफ ऐसा खा लेंगे, पियेंगे, खाएंगे, सॉलो करेंगे. लाइकवाइज दे हैव क्लासिफाइड द मेडिसिन इन आयुर्वेद. But now just by adding some leaf, they claim it's a herbal preparation. Ayurvedic, not Ayurvedic preparation. It's not as per the uh, uh, requirement of Ayurveda. So
True.
similarly, for yoga also, yoga has become so much popular. In 2015, our Narendra Modi ji,
Yes.
popularized even more. Today, now this year, we have also celebrated first
Meditation
World
Day.
Meditation Day. Yeah, one step ahead. Fine. But now there is more danger.
More exploitation.
Yeah, exploitation, vulnerability, that is more. And so we have to take care. And what is important is we can't stop them. Those who want to commercially exploit anything, we can't stop them. Very recently, we would have seen so many BEd colleges, so many management colleges.
True.
And now what is the picture today? They have closed down.
Yeah.
Because they want to just grab wherever I can invest money and earn money. By investing 10 rupee, I want to earn 100 rupees. That is their mentality. And we can't stop them.
Absolutely.
But what is important is whatever good will remain, whatever bad will go. So don't just worry. Let them do their dance. करते रहेंगे, आज करेंगे, कल फर्स्ट हो जाएगा. जो सही है, योग के अच्छे इंग्रेडिएंट्स हजारों वर्ष से आज टिके हैं. किस लिए टिके हैं? Because of its strength.
What's good stays for a long time.
Correct.
Yeah,
Great. या सर, एक फॉलोअप क्वेश्चन है इसी पे. सो हमने कई बार देखा है अभी आजकल कि जैसे आपने कहा, नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने 2015 से योग को थोड़ा प्रचलित करना शुरू किया भारत में. लेकिन हमने ये देखा है कि
ग्लोबल लेवल,
चलिए ग्लोबल लेवल पे. लेकिन हमने ये भी देखा है सर इतने सालों में कि वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज ने थोड़ा ज्यादा एडॉप्शन देखा है हमने. या तो उन्होंने, ऐसा है कि उन्होंने मार्केटिंग ज्यादा अच्छी की है योगा की, इसलिए हमें पता है कि वेस्टर्नर्स योग ज्यादा करते हैं और भारतीय बहुत ज्यादा नहीं करते हैं. तो मेरा सवाल ये है सर आपसे कि आप क्या एक सलाह देना चाहेंगे हमारे नए जनरेशन के लिए, जो हमारी, हम जिसे कहते हैं जनरेशन जी या जनरेशन अल्फा, उनके लिए आप क्या ये सलाह देना चाहेंगे कि उन्होंने क्यों योग करना चाहिए?
सबसे पहले वेस्ट में, खास करके डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज में, विकसित देशों में, पाश्चात्य देशों में योग बहुत पॉपुलर है. इस दृष्टि से कि परसेंटेज वाइज भारत का पॉपुलेशन ही ह्यूज है और उसकी तुलना में कितने लोग कर रहे हैं, तो दैट परसेंटेज बिकम्स वेरी लो. Numbers might be perhaps more than the Western countries. Heads, number of heads.
Correct.
In Western countries, comparatively, that percentage is more. And countries developed, they have already faced the side effects of medicine and so-called the development model 100 years prior to us. So we are behind. Actually, we were having a good opportunity that learn from that model and don't blindly implement. But
absolutely.
It's a question of political willpower, of course. Or it's not good for me to comment on that.
Absolutely.
But because of lack of that particular power, they just blindly imitated, and we are also suffering from same thing. If they suffered from the side effects of pesticide and fertilizer 100 years back, we are suffering today. After that, the only difference. So, your question was regarding
the youth of India. कि आप क्या सलाह देंगे?
Although we say in West yoga is so popular, many times it is exercise. More the quantity, the quality is compromised. Quantity and quality, they are inversely proportional. So although we say in a way that more percentage of people in Western countries, they practice yoga, there is a question whether it is yoga.
Absolutely, sir.
There are few, yes, very seriously they are doing yoga, but many, again, same that exploitation. Under the name of yoga, the physical exercises are being. Few of them you named just now. power
Yes.
yoga and all that. Anyway, uh, now coming to Indians, what steps you have to take rather than that? What I feel, just as said previously, the situation makes things to happen better than anybody. Of course, we have to do karma, no doubt. We should play our role, our duty we have to do. But as people are suffering in huge number from the diseases,
True.
in 2000, 1976, in Moscow summit of WHO. WHO was founded somewhere in 1948 after Second World War. A lot of internationalization. And in 1976, Moscow summit, they declared health for all in year 2000. Looking at
Correct.
the rate of development in the field of science and technology, they decided that will happen. We will be able to achieve that goal. From 1976 to 2000, actually science developed many fold speed than their imagination. So that would have been achieved prior to 2000. Forget about 2000.
True.
Today is 2024. What is the
Right.
situation of health? Science and technology have developed like anything, no doubt.
Absolutely.
What was the situation of uh, cataract operation some 40 years back? The patient was admitted for 3 days. हिलना नहीं
True.
चाहिए, खांसी नहीं आनी चाहिए, सीख नहीं आनी
बिल्कुल.
चाहिए. What is the situation today? The cataract patient is not an indoor patient. He is outdoor patient.
Yeah.
Just within 1 hour or 1.5 hours, the procedure is over. He asked to go discharge.
Absolutely.
Admission. So such a technology has developed in the field of surgery and medicine and whatnot, and so many, diagnostic instrumentation, CT scan, MRI, and whatnot. But in spite of all this, what is the situation of health? On one hand, they claim, medical people, they claim that because of scientific development, the mortality rate has, decreased, the lifespan has increased, accepted. But my question, what is the quality?
True.
We have increased the number of senior citizens. When we say
That
lifespan is increased or mortality decreased, we have increased the number of senior citizens depending on medicines and
true.
other people.
Very
They are
true.
handicapped seniors.
Mm.
So we have added years in their life,
Yeah.
not health or not quality
Very
True.
beautiful.
of health. This is one hand. On another hand, the people suffering from diseases like a heart and diabetes and blood pressure is decreasing day by day.
True.
If a 50-year or 40-year person gets a heart attack, we are surprised some 1 or 2 decades back.
Absolutely.
Today, if 25-year young, old we can't say, young
Yeah.
chap just completed his education and started working as an executive, is not suffering. He passes away because of massive
Yeah.
heart attack. We are not surprised today, unfortunately. So the
Unfortunately.
big question on that so-called science and technology development.
Mm.
There are two aspects. One is magnitude of development, another is direction of development.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So no doubt, it's a vector. We say scalars and vectors in physics, no? Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So no doubt about the magnitude of development. Nobody can challenge. It's a fact. Science has developed like anything. But what about the direction? Somewhere that direction is wrong.
Yeah.
गुजराती में एक बहुत अच्छा शब्द है, नुक्स बोलते हैं, नुक्स. तो ये पूरे विकास में कहीं ना कहीं नुक्स रह गया है, इसीलिए जो हो रहा है ना. तो बीपी के ऊपर मेडिसिन नहीं था, अच्छा था, मेडिसिन आ गया तो मुझे लगा अरे बीपी में मेडिसिन है ना, तो मैं क्यों डाइट का परहेज रखूं,
बिल्कुल.
क्यों मैं सुबह जल्दी उठूं, क्यों मैं ब्रिस्क वॉक करूं, क्यों मैं योगाभ्यास करूं. खाओ पियो ऐश करो, मजा करो, और मेडिसिन है ना. हार्ट अटैक आ गया, ब्लॉकेज, कोरोनरी, एंजियोप्लास्टी है ना.
बिल्कुल.
So our mentality is going in a wrong way, and whatever Ayurveda said, ahar, vihar, nidra, वो नहीं बदलेगा. These are, all time,
Age old.
discoveries. It will stay, हमेशा के लिए रहेगा. So so many people are suffering from so many diseases. Young college girls, boys are suffering from hypothyroidism. My God. So, in our horoscope, if somebody believes, विंशोत्तरी महादशा एक होता है, मतलब 120 का कौन से ग्रह का महादशा रहेगा, उसका एक चार्ट रहता है. हर ग्रह का ये महादशा फिक्स है. जैसे रवि का, सन का 10 इयर्स है, मून का 6 ईयर है, गुरु का 16 बरस है, शनि का 19 बरस है, समथिंग लाइक दैट. तो उसमें 120 बरस का लिखा हुआ रहता है. उसके मतलब क्या है? मिनिमम दिस चाइल्ड इज गोइंग टू लिव फॉर 120 years. They have assumed.
Right.
Even medical science says today, if a 80-year person dies out of severe heart attack or say some accident, he can still donate many organs. Means the guarantee period of his organ is much, much higher, although he has died at the age of 50 or 80. So they transplant the organ, and they have studied after death in how much our maximum a particular organ can be removed and can be usable. With lifespan of organ, although we die, the person dies. The lifespan of organ is different. 2 hours, 4 hours, liver, kidney, whatever it is. It means that again same thing. Whatever ancestors they claim of 120 or something like that, it's true. Even on the guarantee card, it is written in very small letters, red color. Manufacturer is not responsible if the customer mishandles the document. The guarantee or warranty is not valid in
Absolutely.
that. So architecture has prepared this. No duplicate spare parts are put in any one of us. All are sent by him with brand new spare parts which are functional more than 120 years. But we have mishandled instrument. We are responsible. And so many diseases are there. And we know the limitation
should
of
we
medicine.
say that this Gen Z and Gen Alpha will start practicing yoga if it bounces from the West more now that West is catching up?
Yeah. Let it happen. But what is important is we should be on the right path.
Right path.
And so by looking at the side effects and limitations of medicines, and now, a layman can't afford to get hospitalized unless you are having 5-figure or 6-figure salary or having some good insurance. We can't just afford. So what we have to do is take care of the health. Whatever the new spare parts we are sent with, I should enjoy. And then yoga stands very, very. I won't say yoga is the only solution.
Absolutely.
So far, mental relaxation is concerned, some hobby should be there in your life. We are no doubt stressed because of whatever profession we have. And another thing is, try to make, it's not always possible. It's a question of luck. Try to make passion your profession if possible.
Absolutely, sir.
Instead of going for a stressful profession, go for passion as your profession. But everybody is not sufficiently lucky. Then at least have one hobby, whether it is music or dance, anything. And yoga is one of them. But certainly it is at a much, much higher level among that category. Yoga is not only in that category. But unless you, we say, Hindi में बोलते हैं, पैर गरम, पेट नरम, सर ठंडा, रोगों को मारो डंडा. हमारा उल्टा है, सर गरम. स्ट्रेस इज नंबर 1 किलर, मेडिकल साइंस भी कहता है. सो हिंदी में दूसरा कहते हैं कि मन चंगा तो घाघर कटोरी में गंगा. Keeping the mind cool is the supermost solution. Happiness is health and health is happiness. For योगाभ्यास you don't force yourself. वो सुबह मुझे जल्दी उठ के योगाभ्यास करना पड़ता है यार, तो योग नहीं है वो, योग की मजा गया. You should be convinced, and from within you should accept it as a way of life. You should enjoy getting up early and doing practice of yoga. Then it will have huge benefit. And
so taking that cue from you that we have to be on the right path, in one way, what we want to do is Gen Z and Gen Alpha, if they look at these podcasts, they will also know all of this information, and maybe some of them will transform into the path of yoga. So following up this question, there's a general observation that yoga is, meant for more feminine aspects, like more women adopt yoga compared to men. Of course, in this podcast, I'm the only woman and there are two men, but still, there is generally an apprehension when men try to join yoga. They generally prefer to go for gym or Zumba or something like that, where there is more muscle toning or a masculine nature. So, why is this opinion, or what is that you think about this opinion that
Yeah.
people generally hold?
By nature, if you consider the hormones effect and all that, by nature, man is masculine and comparatively female is less masculine, no doubt. But muscles, tone, flexibility is required for everybody, whether it is male or
Absolutely.
female, number one. Secondly, uh, there are some 640 muscles, plus and minus thoda bahut ho sakta hai. Around 640 muscles total outside and inside, what you call skeletal and the hollow muscles together. In gym, we talk about so-called bodybuilding. How many muscles are involved in that? Whatever. They are not more than 50 muscles.
Oh,
True.
When we talk of strengthening, building the muscle power through gym exercise, their number is only 50.
Mhm.
There are micro muscles, they are small in size, but they are many in number.
True.
Inside and outside the spine, there are 400 muscles. So
Wow.
almost
Okay.
2/3 muscle is situated just in and out of the spine.
Wow.
And these today's known anatomy we discuss about. But our great yogis, thousands of years back, they were aware about this.
Mhm.
And that's why the whole stress in Hatha Yogic asana is over the spine, if you see. Either it's a
True.
backward bending asana, a forward
Correct.
bending asana, a lateral bending asana, a twisting asana, or a stretching asana. So people say, I don't have time. Okay, you got very little time, I agree. Just do 5 asana. But 5 different types of bendings.
True.
When it will, how much time it will take? Hardly some 7, 8, 10 minutes. Within
Absolutely.
that such a small time span, if you are doing 5 asanas, representing 5 different types of bendings, you are inhaling more than 400 muscles out of 640.
Wow.
Inhaling. I'm not talking about building. Building is different. Toning and making them play, and that is connected to health. The building of the muscles is not connected to health.
Mhm.
I will
Okay.
give you a simple example of Wasim Akram, the well-known fast
Mm.
bowler of
Yes.
Pakistan. He is so strong, equally strong diabetic he is.
Okay.
Mhm.
What happened? So exercise is not for health for him. Exercise is profession. Out of 24, if you are doing heavy exercise for 10 hours, 9 hours, whatever it is, we say balance is health and imbalance is disease.
True.
Not to do exercise is not good.
Mm.
Doing too much exercise is also not good. When
Absolutely.
you do too much of heavy exercise, free radicals are synthesized inside the body in more quantity. Free radicals, they ultimately smash everything. They are responsible for cancer, up to cancer. Or anything degenerative, is connected to free radical. And antioxidants are opposite to that. And that's why fresh fruits, raw vegetables, they will dump so many antioxidants. That's important. And so, in case of Wasim Akram, because of so many free radicals, every cell has got a membrane and there is a pore through which the insulin will enter. In order to work inside every cell, insulin molecule has to enter inside that pore, and it's a semi-permeable membrane. But now, because of the heavy exercises, because the free radical, the very pores are smashed.
Okay.
And so insulin can't take the entry. It's not that the pancreas of Wasim Akram is weak. Sufficient insulin secretion, but useless. It can't enter because of free radical. So balance is
True.
health and imbalance is disease. And from that point of view, this is very important.
Very nicely said, sir.
And
Yes,
just I will add to this,
yeah.
fitness is small thing, health is bigger thing. Fitness
True.
doesn't mean health. Let us not confuse. Health is physical as well as mental. Fitness is only muscle power.
Physical.
Wow.
एक
Beautiful.
गली का दादा है, गली का दादा है, वो फिट हो गया, मतलब क्या हो गया? He become डॉन. Promotion, no?
True.
What is making a dada healthy? He will realize mentally he'll be cool now, he'll understand yogic philosophy, whatever it is, samskar, what you call, ethics, morality, and the dada of the gully will become a gentleman. Then it is health, because he has mentally also, he was physically healthy, but mentally unhealthy. That's why he was doing all that dadagiri.
Absolutely.
And now he has turned mentally healthy, so he has become a gentleman. Otherwise, the dada become fit, means he become Don. So that is the difference between fitness and health. Health is very holistic, very subtle, broad.
True.
So you always say yoga is empirical science. So in this podcast, you explained to us the physics, the biology, and the chemistry behind everything. So it was so wonderful. The next question that I had is for the viewers: why pranayam, sir? Why not just restrict to asana alone? Why should somebody practice pranayam? And if possible, there are some people who have a feeling that doing pranayams also has a different effect on them. Maybe an adverse effect. Maybe they learned it incorrectly or they're doing it incorrectly. So can you also sort of show the viewers how a pranayam could be performed in a different way and cause an adverse effect as a demo, if you can, sir, for one of the pranayams, the simple ones?
Yeah. First of all, we have seen what is paramount importance is keeping the mind cool, calm, mental relaxation, what you call. Now, body and mind, they are interrelated. So whenever we use the body, mental stress is diminished. Whenever we do not use the body, mental stress is magnified. And so yogasana especially helps. So for relax, that's we call the central effect of. Apart from that, the muscle toning, I'm not talking about muscle building, not development. Muscle toning. Toning is important from health point of view rather than just strength. Muscle toning, flexibility, blood circulation, most important. Blood circulation, and of course the tendon, the ligament, the inner organs, their covering, all is influenced by different asanas because of the pressure or the stretch or say anti-gravity effect, rather gravity effect, let us say, massaging and all that. These are the physical effects, physical benefits. But asana has got mental effect too. But compared to body-mind relationship, the mind and breath relationship is more sensible, many-fold sensible, many-fold connected. And so, whenever we are stressed, whenever we are afraid, whenever we are angry, what happens to breath, immediately. Same.
True.
So, yogi thought if mind influences the breath too can influence the mind. And this is one of the greatest research done by human being on this earth. No one got Nobel there. Because it's an old story, So over this principle, only the technique of pranayama is developed in yoga. Many hundreds and thousands of years back. So if at all you have to calm down the mind, calm down the breath. Simple formula. Mind is running, hurry, curry, and worry has become the silent feature of modern lifestyle because of it's running. So a break is required. Make the mind slow. That is the sole reason for all the diseases or whatever the stressful condition today. So pranayama is nothing but to slow down the breath, to control the breath, because of which we can slow down the mind, and that is main intention. Whenever we discuss about pranayama, people talk about lungs and oxygen, no doubt but that's a side effect, I would say. That's secondary. Most important in pranayama is mind. It is to calm down the mind. It is to slow down the mind. That pranayama is developed to slow down the breath, calm down the breath. Human rate of breathing is around say 15 to 18 per minute in a normal state. When you are excited physically, mentally, it can go high. In asana, because of conscious differential relaxation, we say try to relax maximum body part and do some prana dharana, what you call, or ananta samapatti bhyam. That's what the Maharshi Patanjali uses that term. That so many thoughts are coming in your mind during asana, then it is not asana.
True.
Mind should be focused, calm. Then only. So physical and mental relaxation. Because of that, the oxygen requirement is less, so your blood pressure goes down, your heart palpitation rate slows down, your breath slows down, then only it's asana. So really when you are relaxing physically, mentally in asana and maintaining for longer time, your breath rate falls down 12 per minute,
True.
10 पर। इसी को हम आसन साध्य होना बोलेंगे। किसी कोई बॉडी बहुत फ्लेक्सिबल है और कुछ उल्टा पुल्टा कर रहा है तो दैट डजंट मीन दैट उसको आसन साध्य हो गया है।
हम्म
एकदम जबरदस्ती पूरा कैपेसिटी उठ के पूरा
हम्म
लाल लाल चेहरा हो गया और हेवीली ब्रीथ कर रहा है। इट इज नॉट आसन। इट्स अ
True.
मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट आसन। इट शुड बी काम, स्लो। When we say sukham, it is sukham that for that, it's a relative term. Sukham for that person. What is sukham for me may not be sukham for me. Isn't it? It's a relative.
Absolutely.
And so for that particular person, that particular moment, it should be sukham. It should be, then only it's asana, otherwise it's not asana. So there is no competition. Nowadays there are sports, this thing, championship, yoga champion. It's against philosophy of yoga. Who is real champion? Real champion of yoga won't come to receive the medal given by you. Champion means he will become moksha. We all are, हम तो ऊपर ऊपर तैर रहे, हम योग में किधर है? कुछ भी नहीं है।
True.
In the ocean of yoga, we are just struggling surface. Depth बाकी है. We are not even eligible to say ourselves a योग साधक. साधक का क्या डेफिनेशन देखना पड़ेगा ग्रंथों में। साधक
जी।
अवस्था भी नहीं है अपनी, हम थोड़ा योगाभ्यास कर रहे हैं, that's all. We are in junior kg, senior kg of yoga, that's all. And so your question was
Pranayam, some people have
yes, I will come to that. I will come to that. Yeah. Now, if you understand these basics of pranayam, many times we see in garden people watch some channel and then in garden they are sitting.
Absolutely.
I agree. 8 बजे तक चद्दर सर के ऊपर लेके सो जाने से बजाय वो 6 बजे उठ का बेचारा गार्डन में कम से कम आ रहा है, yes, he will get some health benefit उसके लिए, but not because of pranayam. In order to get pranayam, you should understand the basic principles of pranayam and do it. Your breath has to control, but within your capacity. If you again exploit there forcibly, if you do it, because what happens in pranayam? Oxygen concentration decreases and carbon dioxide increases. People say oxygen increases because of pranayam. Then it's not real pranayam. You are doing something else. Kapalabhati will increase oxygen. Kapalabhati is a kriya. Kapalabhati is not a pranayam. But if you really do pranayam, then oxygen will decrease and carbon dioxide will increase. And as a result, at a lower concentration of oxygen, your oxygen utility will increase. When I say, if you go to higher latitude, Himalaya and all that, it will be yoga people or one who practices pranayam, it will be advantageous for him. Why? Because he has developed his brain and body to function at a lower oxygen concentration, or whatever oxygen available, maximum is being utilized, absorbed.
True.
That capacity increases because of yoga. And so the breath rate should go, we have seen that normal human breath rate is some 15 to 18 per minute. In asana, because of physical mental relaxation, you should slow down 10 per minute, 12 per minute. उसी को हम आसन साध्य होना कहेंगे. तो प्राणायाम में शुरुआत में hardly 4 to 5 breaths per minute. Then only it's pranayam. Hardly 4 to 5 breaths per minute. That too initially at a basic stage. As you become 1:2 ratio है between पूरक and रेचक, आगे जाके कुंभक है वित्तवान, then it can be hardly 1.5 breath per minute or 2 breath per minute, and that's yoga is all about. And so it is earned in the many times people possibly hold the breath, kumbhak.
Correct.
And then for rechak, that is for breathing out, they don't have patience. It loads the heart and the lungs. It's wrong, number one. Secondly, when forcibly you maintain for more time, carbon dioxide increases, and beyond the acclimatization of those brain cells, and the brain cells are very sensitive for the want of oxygen, they will die. And brain cells, if they die, they do not regenerate. Brain cells are developed only up to 7th and 8th years of age. That's why young children, if they are made to by heart Bhagavad Gita or anything, they by heart very easily. They by heart all the poems of their elder brother and sister in family.
True, true.
And later on, when they themselves go to ninth standard, they are not able to by heart even those 3-4 poems which
Yeah,
are,
that's right.
academically was supposed to by heart. It's because of that reason. Because brain cells, they develop, grow only up to 7th, 8th year of age. And as we grow, they only die without their replacement. If I got a wound here, it will heal because it's a mitotic cell division. But brain cells, they can't. That's why there is dementia. Then later on, a very severe condition is Alzheimer's disease. And so brain cells are very sensitive. And so it is claimed that यथा सिंहो गजो व्याघ्रो भवेत् वशः शनैः शनैः तथैव सेवितो वायुम् अन्यथा हन्ति साधकम्. Nowadays, in circus, wild animals are not shown because it is against the Animal Act. But during our childhood or even your childhood, you would have seen the animal show. All of a sudden, those elephants or the lions and tigers, they are not, um, controlled by that so-called ringmaster. For months together, they have worked with them. They have tamed them gradually and then went for the show. On the first day, if you go for show, then that animal will kill that ringmaster himself. That's why they say, just like the wild animals, if you tame without taming, if you handle them, they will kill you. They will attack you just like that. Playing with breath is like playing with fire. Very gradually tame your breath, control your breath step by step, and then you can master your breath, and then nothing stops you. Nothing is possible, they say. Rasasya manasasya chanchalatvam svabhavata rasobadho manobaddham kim na siddhati bhutale. So just like the mercury, which is unsteady, the breath is also unsteady. If you make the breath steady, your mind is become steady. And when your mind has become steady, what can stop you? Mind is the whole culprit. Manayavam manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. Maitreya Upanishad. So it is because of that mind that you can get liberated. And it is because of that mind you are binding. Not only binding and liberation, big philosophical and spiritual words. It is mind because of which we are attracting the diseases. It is mind because of which we can get the disease cured.
True. Absolutely, sir.
Now I just demonstrate that. Okay? 4 to 5 breaths, whatever we say, Simple. Anulom Vilom, for example. You have to apply Mulban and go for only chest breathing. Shoulder, upper chest, lower chest. Close this side. Lower chest down, upper chest down, shoulder down. Mulban should not be released. No abdominal breathing. So this is hardly 4 to 5 breaths per minute. Later on is 1:2 ratio. In 4 counts, if you do Purak inhalation, in 8 counts, you have to do Rechak. It is 1:2 ratio. The volume of the air is same, but speed is half during Rechak. So time is double. And then it is hardly some 3.5 breaths per minute. And then there is Kumbhaka. Closing both the nostrils, Jalandhar Bandha, Udiyan, repeat what you call Tribandha. Say 1:1, 1:2, 1:3, 1:4 they have said. And then twice. Patience should be there. So we should not hold beyond your control. You should have patience to breathe out in double count. Then it will be hardly not even 2 breaths. This way. 1:4:2. And 4 is not 1:1:2 or 1:2:2 is fine. In 4 seconds, if you do inhalation, in say 6 or 8 seconds you hold, and in 8 seconds you do rechak, exhale out. But this should be done step by step. First you do 1:1 for 1 month minimum. Any pranayama. The Anulom, same is applicable for only the variation between Purak and Rechak has differentiated pranayama. If there is a whistling sound, it is known as Ujjayi. If there is a humming sound, it is known as Bhramari. If right to left, it is known as Surivedan. If left to left, it is known as Chandrabhas. If you hold It is known as
Shitali.
like, yeah. All those verifications are there, but the general formula is same for all the pranayam. And so here, go for only 1:1 for at least 1 month. Then go for 1:2 ratio for 2 to 3 months. Have patience. Don't all of a sudden rush for kumbhaka. Never.
Correct.
So that way you have to acclimatize your brain cells, and but otherwise the brain cells, they are died because of lack of oxygen. They are not repairable. So there are examples where in a life with a wrong guidance, those who have done pranayam, started possibly maintaining the kumbhak, they got paralytic attack. They turned mad. There are examples. They turned mad, and that's why they warned. Pranayamadi yuktena sarva roga ksharoha. Means if you do pranayam in a right way, all disease will be killed, destroyed. And immediately he says, ayukta abhyasa yogena sarva roga samudbhavaha. If you do it in a wrong manner, there is possibility that you will attract all the diseases. That's the scientific explanation of that.
ये प्राणायाम का ही फॉलोअप क्वेश्चन है, सिर्फ एक क्वेश्चन, लास्ट आखिरी सवाल करूंगा मैं। सर, अभी आपने जैसे प्राणायाम हमें दिखाया कैसे करते हैं, करेक्ट? तो इसके काफी सारे लाभ भी है और एडवर्स इफेक्ट्स भी हो सकते हैं। तो हमने देखा है कि जब भी हम किसी को सिखाते हैं प्राणायाम, या हमने आपसे जब सीखा है प्राणायाम, तो एक तरीके से सीखा है। अब देर आर बहुत सारे स्कूल ऑफ थॉट्स है जहां पे प्राणायाम बहुत अलग अलग तरीके से सिखाया जाता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर हम एक भस्त्रिका प्राणायाम की बात करें, तो उसमें हम जब पूरक करते हैं, सांस अंदर लेते हैं, जब हम त्रिबंध लगाते हैं, सांस अंदर रोक के, जब हम त्रिबंध लगाते हैं, जालंधर बंद, उड़ियान बंद और मूल बंद, तो कई लोगों का कहना, ये सवाल आता है कि त्रिबंध में उड़ियान बंद नहीं लगाना चाहिए जब हम सांस अंदर ग्रहण करते हैं या अंदर रोक के रखते हैं। उड़ियान बंद तभी लगाना चाहिए जब सांस बाहर छोड़ के हम सांस रोकते हैं। तो इसमें आपका क्या थॉट है? क्योंकि ये काफी थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्शियल भी हो जाता है कभी कभी कि कई लोगों के
So far
डिफरेंट
the
थॉट्स है।
text is concerned. Yeah. For example, Hatha Pradipika की हम बात करें, so they have mentioned before starting Rechak, your Udiyan Bandh should be there.
Correct.
Because that controlled Rechak is very, very important. We have seen, otherwise it will load the heart and lungs, we have seen as one of the wrong method we have seen. And that's why they have said, your Udiyan Bandh should be ready before you start Rechak. So that with Udiyan Bandh, in a control way, you can do Rechak part of it. And that's why people claim whatever you have said, it is based on that reference. If the Hatha Pradipika says so, why you have to apply the Udiyan Bandh initially itself during Kumbhak initial part? So that's a healthy argument, no doubt about that. But there also they have not said, if you apply Udiyan Bandh little prior, it's bad for the health. They have not claimed. So it can happen if you do not apply that Udiyan Bandh well in advance, you may forget. Quite possible. And then the rushing of exhalation may happen, which is certainly bad for our health, we have seen.
True.
And so there are different Guru Parampara. So, our Guru is Nimbalkar Guruji. His Guru is Swami Koyalanand. Swami Koyalanand was one of the first pioneer in the scientific research in the field of yoga. He is the Guru of Paramahansa Madhav Das Ji Maharaj, who lived for 123 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, in that lineage of Guru Parampara. So, why they would have thought to apply just after, once we start Kumbhaka, apply Jalandhar Bandh, that's a part of Kumbhaka because we hold from external. Now immediately apply Udiyan Bandh also. And during Rechak, do not release Udiyan Bandh. Release only the Jalandhar Bandh and start doing Rechak. In the process, the Udiyan Bandh might get released, but keep the Mool Bandh intact so that we can practice cycle after cycle. That's what we have learned in this lineage. So, what might be their calculation behind that? I have not, we didn't get any opportunity to directly discuss it. But this is the technique in this Guru Parampara. Certainly, I can say it is not exactly as per Hatha Pradipika, I agree,
Mm-hmm.
but certainly not wrong.
Absolutely, sir.
Let somebody say, this is the certificate. When I say, if you do not apply, I mean, during Rechak, if Udiyan Band is not there, or you release
Mm-hmm.
Udiyan Band before starting Rechak, how can it be bad? I have explained. If somebody claims and explains me, convince me that
Mm-hmm.
if you apply Udiyan Band during Tribandha, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
during Kumbhak initially itself, how it is bad for the health, then
True.
I'll accept. But according to me, although I have not discussed with my gurus in my parampara, but I'm
Right.
sure certainly it is not unhealthy.
Absolutely, sir.
But what I guess is we should not forget in hurry
Mm-hmm.
when we lose the patience of
Mm-hmm.
maintaining Kumbhak any more time and hurry to Rechak, and all of a sudden it shouldn't happen that we have forgotten to apply Udiyana Bandha. So to be on a safer side, they would have recommended to apply. I
Absolutely.
don't know. This is my just guessing. But I know, I'm
Okay.
sure it's not bad.
Okay.
It's not as per the reference of Hatha Pradipika, agreed, accepted.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it is not bad.
बिल्कुल सर.
Thank you so much, sir, for all
Thank
my
you.
patient answers. Very detailed and very useful. Thank you so much. And
I
me
also
too.
enjoyed a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
So happy, sir. We want a part 2 of you, sir. So we will connect with you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you,
I will love to do that. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you
Thank
for the
you.
opportunity.